What's the word, people?
The bird is the word, Mac.
The bird is the word, man. Welcome to the Mac and Don Show, everybody.
Hello, hello. It's been a while.
It has been a while. We are your humble and gracious hosts.
Yes, it's nice to see you, mad friends.
I'm Mac.
I'm Don.
This is the Mac and Don Show. I think we got a special guest with us today.
I think we do.
I think so.
What's up? I'm Ken, and I am a mad friend.
Yeah, we got our dog Kenny up in here.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, what's been up, everybody?
What's been popping?
We've got to address the mad audience and let the people know what's been up with this.
what has been happening
in the world, in our lives?
Well, the big elephant in the room. My 21st today.
Yeah, Donovan's getting old on us.
Getting old, y'all. Getting old.
Old man Donovan.
Big D in the house.
Big D in the
It all
house.
just goes downhill from there, bro.
Downhill.
Start to degrade. Very, very slowly.
Your bones start popping more. Things feel achy in the morning.
Hell
Back
yeah.
hurts.
Yeah, you don't want to wake up.
I never wanted to do that.
What's changed?
But we got the same faces.
Same faces since back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's been a while since we've all been together at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Since, like, high school, probably.
Yeah.
Last time.
You want to spark this first of all?
Yeah, let's spark for story time because
Yeah.
I think it's about story time.
Yeah, we're just gonna dive right into it with the Mac and Don story time, everybody.
Yes, we're gonna do mad stories right now.
Mad stories.
Mad
we got a good
stories.
one.
Boy, do we got a good one.
Man, we weren't seniors, we were juniors, weren't
We were juniors.
Yeah.
Because it was our track.
we? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It was our track banquet.
banquet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
But
we
for
had the worst
junior year.
fucking luck.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So it was the eve of our track banquet.
And we had practice that day, so we had just gotten done with practice.
Just done with practice, and we're like, well, we got an hour to this banquet. Let's
Me
go.
and Mac are like,
Let's go smoke some reefers.
yeah, let's go get that devil's lettuce.
Let's go. Let's walk into this banquet blazed as fuck.
Because there was gonna be lots of food, you know.
All the food.
So, as we're leaving, we're getting ready to get into my Ranger at the time, and Kenneth like meets up with us, and he's like, "Hey, can I go smoke the reefers with you?" And I was like, "I don't know, Kenneth. I don't want to peer pressure you." or
Wait.
anything."
You're sounding a lot more holier than thou than you actually were in that time.
We gotta set the scene though, bro. It was a dark and stormy day.
Okay, so it was cloudy at the time, but it wasn't raining or anything. But it's gonna come into play later.
Right. It was all cloudy and shit. It felt like we were in the movie It.
Yeah.
Just some kids.
Kenneth had a
frolicking
raincoat
around.
on. It was like he was chasing down his
chasing a
paper boat down the
man.
street. We lost him,
I'm good.
and we just found him.
Yeah, but it was looking to be a good evening, you know. And
Yeah.
we were all just gonna hang out, have fun,
Right.
go to the banquet, eat some good food. But boy,
So we go to our friend's house, who's a fellow stoner,
Yeah.
OG stoner, you know.
Which now ahead of time, we probably all shouldn't have been gathered in his basement. You know, his
But
mom,
at the same time, it's like fuck it.
You're right. I mean, his mom tried to like later be like, I didn't even know what it was in there.
wait, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, you weren't even there. That's
Oh, okay.
why.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. So we go over to this guy's house, and we're in the basement. There's like a bunch of crazy ass lights like everywhere. His whole room's decked out with like wraps on the wall, like old packages.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
It's like stoner heaven.
Yeah.
It's like the place you want to be when you get stoned.
Right. It's like good environment. We're watching a movie. I can't even remember what the movie. I couldn't even tell you what we were watching.
We were watching fucking Tarzan, the live action one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that shit
Dead
looked like
ass?
just yeah.
It was like getting late. I remember there were. I thought it was Jungle Book, but
That might have been it. It was one of those.
it was
type
either
shits.
Tarzan or Jungle Book. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah, yeah.
It might have been Tarzan though.
But we started. We're having good vibes. We load up the bong. I think the
Ice
bong-
cubes.
Yeah, we got the big bong. We got
Ice
the
cubes
ice
in the bottom.
cubes. We're about to be stoned as hell.
Yeah, like, and we are all lined up on the bed for everybody to take a hit. It's kind of like comical.
Yeah. Almost like a movie scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
super
it's
bad.
dazed and confused.
Yes,
Fucking-
it's just super bad. Like we're all just like,
right.
Is it my turn for the week?
Or no. It's like on what is that Dave Chappelle stoner movie?
oh,
Half Baked.
Half Baked.
It's like on
yeah.
Half Baked when they're
Yeah, exactly. Him and
Yeah, so-
what's his name?
right. So we're all lined up about to smoke. Dude takes his hit,
Yeah,
Passes-
owner of the house takes his hit.
passes it over. I take my
Mac
hit.
takes his hit.
Is it Kenny next or is it you
I
next?
think I took my.
I think
last.
Kenny took his last.
Damn, bro got the last hit.
Yeah. So I rip. I want to say maybe Kenneth did go in front of me though, because
it took
I
a
was so
second. It took a second for me to hit me.
right. Because I was so confused as to how like everything occurred.
Yeah,
you know
me-
what I mean?
me
Because I
too.
was genuinely like, he only took one hit of
I re-
something we all took.
Yeah, I remember I definitely took a hit, and maybe Kenny was next. But I remember,
Right.
I remember I took my hit, and I was like, oh okay, like I'm a little buzzed, I'm chilling.
Right, and we're all like laughing, and then out of the blue, Kenneth's
the-
like, "Y'all got a bathroom?"
I remember that because I was lightheaded as fuck. I stood up and I'm like, I'm not good right now.
And he didn't say that. He didn't say it wasn't good.
He just said,
"Y'all got a bathroom, right?"
So we're thinking, oh, Kenny
like,
gotta take a piss.
Oh, Kenny, right around the corner, bro. You just go right out the door.
And then I remember, like, us three were just all in our little own world. for a
Hanging out,
second.
watching Tarzan, laughing, making jokes. I'm
Meanwhile,
like,
I'm in the bathroom fucking dying, like looking at myself, like I'm all pale as fuck. Like,
and we have to go to the banquet in like
2 hours,
right?
bro.
Almost 45 minutes go by, and I look at Mac, and I'm like,
No. Wait. We gotta do this like chronologically. So us three are just chilling, laughing it up, having a good old time for like maybe like 5 minutes. And then I don't know how, but one of us starts to think, hold up, where'd Kenny go?
yeah, because it was longer than 5 minutes. It was much longer. We had been
Was it?
sitting there shooting the shit, laughing, high as hell. I'm telling you, it was like 45 minutes. We were hanging out watching the movie, and then I think I said, "What happened to Kenny?" Like out of nowhere.
my
I
God.
was like, he's been in the bathroom
Oh,
a
man.
while. Like even if he was taking a shit, I would
This
be
was a
concerned.
shit.
I was like, this would be the biggest shit he's ever taken because I've been around when he's taking some shits, you know, and it's never this long.
mind you, I'm
God.
taking some shits in my day.
Yeah, and I've taken my own shits. You dig?
So we walk into the bathroom and we see Kenny on the floor.
We had to break it open because it was locked. I think we had to
Was
like
it?
push it open.
I don't
'cause it was,
remember
like,
that part.
Half locked. Yeah.
I just remember I walk in there and Kenny is like his like back is like on the
Okay, no. I remember what happened between then. I got up to go check on him, and the door was closed. And I leaned in, and I was like, "Chance, like the door's locked. Like I can't get in." And he was like, "What?" And so like I just put a little like oomph into it, and it just popped off the door. And then you guys started following behind me, and then that's when we all like witnessed this picture of the toilet seat up and bottom rim. Kenneth has both of his arms, and he's just hanging off the toilet, pale as fuck, like
pale as fuck.
I remember. Here's what
like
I
almost
remember.
green, almost like you had the green.
And he doesn't say anything.
I remember looking in the mirror, thinking, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm dead right now. Like, this is bad. I don't feel good. Maybe if I make myself throw up, like, I'll feel better or something. But I just got, like, the spins or something, and it was no good. And then after that, I really don't remember anything.
like literally blacks out.
Do you feel like you had a seizure?
I mean, I wasn't, like, convulsing or anything.
You had some sort of memory loss condition. Like I don't
Or
know
something.
what. Like there's got to be something out there that you like.
Yeah, but
lost
let's
your memory.
Right, but let's tell the story. So we're sitting there. Kenny's just he's like a zombie, bro. He's
Yeah,
like dead. He's
literally a
he
zombie.
goes from like
Scary, like freaking me out.
right. He goes from like
Hey,
talking
guys.
to like hey,
Hey.
guys,
What's up? Like that, like
being like oh I'm okay, I'm okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all right. To being like
I'm a, to like
to where I'm like what the fuck.
we're all looking at each other like what are we gonna do, man? We got 60 minutes before we're gonna be back at the banquet.
And then I'm like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, on some bad boy shit. Like, you remember when they put his ass in the shower? I'm like, put on the shower. Let's put some water on his face. We started splashing
Instant
water
panic.
on his face.
Everyone's panicking. I think we have like a cup of water, and I'm putting it and flicking it in his face, and he just becomes coherent enough to be like, stop.
That's what I remember too.
I'm like, oh man, that's not working. I was like, that was my foolproof method.
That was supposed to work.
That was supposed to wake him up, man. I was gonna start slapping you soon.
No, I think we did.
I think a couple times I was like, hey, but I was gonna start being like, wake up.
No, at one point, like, I think we did slap him a couple times. Like, we were just panicking. We were like, bro, like, what the fuck? And then
He was like ODing.
and then we carry him to the room,
Right, on the bed, right?
put him on the bed. I just remember he was just out.
And
We like,
it was on Chance's blanket, and we were
Right.
like, move the blanket, because that's Chance's nasty ass blanket.
aren't you allergic to pets or something?
Yeah, allergic to dogs.
Right.
Bro.
That ties into the story as well,
Yeah.
because
That might, yeah.
that saved us. That, like, was the only saving grace, because I'll tell that later, but we ended up, like, getting straight up asked.
Straight up.
As soon as they showed up, they were like, is he high on marijuana? we were like,
Marijuana.
none of us have ever smoked any of that.
Wait, what is that?
I never even heard of that shit, bro.
Time I've heard like
The full story. And it'll be on record.
Yeah.
Like, audio.
we're still live. We're still live.
But yeah. Yeah.
How much longer?
Oh, I just restarted it.
Um,
So we got another like 10, 11 minutes. But yeah,
so
we're sitting there.
he's on the bed. We're flicking water in his face.
Right.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, at this
I-
point, we're like,
like-
we gotta make a plan.
Yeah, like, and our next plan was to put you in the truck. All right, that was our next
the
plan.
trunk?
The truck.
Oh,
Like,
I
lay
was
you
like,
out
what?
across the seat, because I think originally we were just gonna bring you straight to the banquet.
yeah, we were
I
gonna
think we
bring
were
you
gonna
to the
show.
banquet.
I think we were gonna show up at the school and try to like wait for you to snap out of it.
Yeah, we thought we were just like, all right, he's just gonna have to like sleep it off or
Right.
Yeah.
But
something.
Probably would have.
But the journey it took us from getting up the stairs to the truck was so taxing on us
Yeah,
that
'cause
we
at the
literally had to call for help
Because at the same
time.
we didn't want his parents to be like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing?
right, exactly. And we had like at this time 30-ish minutes. I think we
Yeah.
were like
We
cut
were
for time.
crushed for time.
Yeah, like there was no way he was about to wake up. You know what I mean? Like we tried pretty much like percussion force, and then we also tried like cold water, and like he wasn't responding to anything.
Yeah, so we finally get him out to the truck.
I remember.
Lay him out.
Here's what I remember.
Lay him out in the truck.
I'm like hazy on it. It's like in and out memory. So I remember like wobbling up the stairs, and then I remember going down the driveway, and it is raining.
Hard.
Right.
Hard.
And I remember getting in
The whole time.
back seat and like just laying there, and then that's when it cuts out again.
Yeah, and so me and Donovan are
We can't even sit him up. We can't even get him to sit up. We have to lay him across.
and
Like
Donovan has a small ass truck at the time. So we like just sit him down, like, and then he's like kind of just
yeah, and the ambulance when they come had a hard time putting him on the stretcher.
Right.
He wouldn't
Right.
help
We gotta
them get
to
up.
that part. We gotta
Yeah.
get to that part. So me and Donovan are in the truck just arguing, like what the fuck do we do? And then we were like, we gotta call his sister. And I was like, we cannot call his parents or anybody.
Right,
And
because
then
I
we
was
were
gonna
like,
call your mom.
Yeah, we're like, we got to, bro. Like,
I was like, maybe we call Becky. And then I was like, there's no way I'm gonna take this rat from Becky because she's never gonna let me live it down from killing her son. You know? Because I thought you were like legitimately thought you
Yeah,
were gonna
we
die.
thought you might have
yeah,
died, honestly.
yeah, because there was a chance you might have. You know what I mean? Like there's a 100% chance you might have. And so like just from like lack of water, or I don't know what it was. You know what I mean? It could be literally something so little, and then you just like fucking don't wake up out of your blackout.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
I
we
remember
were
trying to. I think I told you to call my sister.
right. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like holding your face, and I'm like, Kenneth.
Who do we call?
I'm like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I
like,
remember
do I take you to the school, or are you going to the hospital? And you chose to go. Like
Yeah.
you wanted help, right? You wanted help because whatever, right? And so I was like, who do I call? And I wasn't gonna swallow my pride and be like your mom. I was like, I'll call Leanne. I'll call your sister. I can't do your mom, and I definitely can't do your dad because your dad's not gonna like know how to react to whatever I have to say, right? So
We're fucked.
Yeah.
So before we know it, like Leanne's on the phone, and I'm like, hey, it's like raining. I'm like hanging out right next to you, and I'm like,
Kenny's acting kind of weird.
he's having like an allergic reaction right now, and she's like, okay, like,
Well,
is he
were
okay?
you guys
Can I
doing
talk to him?
anything?
Yeah. Can I talk to him? And I was like, I don't think he'll say anything to you. Like, and she's like, what?
That's crazy.
Right? And so I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, were you guys like doing anything? And I was like, we were hanging out before the banquet because we're supposed to meet your parents, you know? And she was like, okay. And then I was like,
This
yeah,
shit is
I don't
all
know.
bad.
I don't know what to do. And she's like, okay, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to call my mom. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay. And so she pretty much hangs up, right? And I think I'm sitting there talking to Mac, and I'm like, what do we do if the cops show up? Like, should we go, like, yada, yada, yada? And before I know it, it's like, woo! Woo! And then I'm like, I'm like, is that for us? You know, because I could hear it down the street. And then your mom had called 911. Your mom called 911, and the ambulance, she also called your dad, and that's why your dad knew, because she called me, like, what's wrong with him? Tell me what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
Like, right after, and then she was like, I called 911. Where are you? Where are you? And we were just like, that's when, like I just started hearing, like silence, but it was just like, you know, like the ambulance shows up, right? The ambulance shows up, your dad's like, parks up the street, gets out of his car, runs up to the ambulance, jumps in the ambulance, looks at me, and he's like, what happened? The door closes. The door closes behind him. The ambulance takes off, and I'm just like, because I mean,
1,000-yard stare.
yeah, because
And just imagine us like young stoned.
Yeah, you're all kids.
yeah,
Hot kids.
high, tired from practice, went to school all day since 6 a.m, fueled off of fucking milk and
Milk
cereal.
and marijuana.
Milk and marijuana, and I ain't had nothing but water all fucking day.
Champions combo.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
Oh man.
And then I just
no
remember,
wonder you got fucking sick.
And then I just remember being like, at that point we were like, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah,
We're all
like, at that point we were like, cool. Like,
Did cops like talk to you or anything?
yeah,
Or, like,
I mean the paramedics.
Yeah, the paramedics were like, so what were you guys doing? And I remember we were like,
He's like,
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I have no,
I don't fucking know.
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
Dude.
I was like, I was just here. I
I was just I was over there, minding my own damn business. This dude comes out with this limp body. I don't even know these guys. I was actually picking up my jacket from Shane.
I was like, I just walked in.
Because didn't somebody else come in and witness it while it was all happening? Like, didn't KJ come or something?
Now that I think about it,
KJ was
Yeah, I think KJ showed up and he was witnessing everything that was happening.
it was really just like, what the fuck? What the fuck were y'all talking about? Everyone's probably looking at us like we just smoked crack or some shit.
It's too bad that we didn't.
This would be a way better story.
Yeah, we had to tell everybody it was just from the green, man.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
So me and Donovan accept our fate. And we go to the track thing. I'm over here like, I can't fucking eat.
We still win. We still go.
We still go.
We still win. We definitely didn't have to, but I think we were scared. And also, Mark Jerrison wanted us to be there. So if all three of us didn't show up, like, we couldn't vouch for Kenny or anything, you know? But we did go.
We were like, we gotta go because we gotta accept Kenny's award.
Yeah, because we were all getting awards.
Our noble act of track.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
For our wisdom and kindness.
Our pure hearts.
Our pureness. He's all
Oh
like,
my God.
oh man. So there's a buffet, and we're all like, like wet, shamelessly like
No.
putting spaghetti.
I can't eat anything. I look over at Don. His son has a full plate. He's like, I eat my feelings. I'm like, what?
How do you eat right now?
No, it's so funny because I was laughing because of how scared and nervous I was that like all this events that are gonna continue, you know, like
Oh my
that
God.
we like.
Like you're gonna get investigated
Right,
for like,
right.
poisoning me or
Yeah.
something.
And we don't know what's gonna happen.
We
to
don't know
Kenny.
if you're gonna die yet. Still,
Yeah,
like
'cause
you're in the
not
hospital.
Yeah, I'm over here like, fuck. You
Yeah,
just killed Kenny.
He is so
You fucking
serious,
killed Kenny.
and I'm like laughing, and I'm like, we killed Kenny, like all in my head, and I'm just laughing, and Mac looks over at me, and he's like.
I'm just like,
he's
bro,
like, no,
really?
bro, that's not funny. He's like, no, he's like, he's so dead serious. And then it gets even funnier because Mar Jerrison is like, Kenneth Chavez, your award. Please come up and accept your award, Kenneth Chavez.
And he was like, I can't even be here.
Yeah, he's like, he was at practice. Okay. I'll remember that. Basically, you know, like, he gonna be doing some laps. We're not showing up.
I'm just, and we're just
Laps.
like, fuck.
I'm like, in my head, I'm like, he ain't gonna be doing no more laps ever again. He ain't ever gonna run.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Fuck.
So I mean, from my perspective,
Yeah,
I'm
what
in the
ended up
hospital.
happening?
Yeah, bro. We
And-
didn't see him for 2 days. He didn't come to school twice after that. He didn't come to school twice after
Yeah.
that. And both times at lunch, I was just like, I don't know, like I was like expecting to go have to come to a trial and hearing about the manslaughter of case 772 Kenneth Chavez.
So I mean, I get pulled off in the ambulance to the hospital, and they're asking me all these questions. They're like, "Did you smoke?" And I'm like denying it. I'm like,
Yeah, and I was just like,
Kenny's a fucking OG.
yeah, because we didn't know if he was gonna snitch or not, because he 100%. We thought he was just gonna be like, yeah, I smoked with Mac Donovan.
to this day, I don't even think I told my parents that I smoked weed. I was like, nah, I think I like ate something bad. Or
Right.
something.
Oh my
Dog or
God.
something.
Yeah.
But they're asking me all these questions. I'm just like denying it, and they're like, yeah. And I remember I'm like in the ambulance. I'm like, water. Like mouth is so dry. And they're like,
He just got the cotton mouth, and he's a little bit tired, but he's in a fucking ambulance.
and they're like,
We
you know,
should have
that's
just not gone to the banquet and just hung out for like a couple more hours.
And
to
the
be
fucking
honest.
We should have
paramedics
just
is
fucking
like,
smoked more. Man.
Right.
Fuck it.
Like me and you should have smoked and wait for him to like wake back up.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Like you probably would have popped out of it eventually,
I
you know?
know.
And none of that would have even had to happen, to be honest. But
But I remember the paramedic was like, you know, that's a side effect of smoking marijuana. And I'm like,
and I was like,
okay.
is it?
this?
Yeah, is it though?
This
Like,
is a
that's-
side effect?
Yeah, like that's a little excessive,
Maybe he's trying
especially.
to fucking
as
steer
a-
straight
No,
me.
dog. Have y'all seen that fucking commercial? It's like don't do drugs commercial, and it's the dude. fucking
He's like all
a piece of
deflated.
paper. That was Kenny. Bro. That shit is
Exactly.
real.
Yeah, it is real.
He's just like,
Like limp. They fucking had to roll him onto the fucking stretcher. He wouldn't even help them onto the stretcher. That's how bad it was.
oh my fucking god.
He just like they had to. Two people had to put him on the fucking thing and
Straight
strap him in.
comedy.
Dude, and I remember when I was
Life
in
writes
the
better
hospital
jokes.
bed, I was like laying in the hospital bed, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna take a UA, urinary
Urinary.
analysis.
Oh fuck.
So I
The way we got away with it is, prior was my birthday party at my house, and we all smoked weed a few days before that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so he told the doctors that it was a few days ago, and that's why it was
We
positive.
were smoking reefers at
That's-
Donovan's party. That's so
Dang, so that was
true.
almost 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, exactly to the
Today,
date. Yeah.
to this day, this is like a
It had to been 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Jesus, 4 years ago.
That shit flies by.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I haven't stopped smoking reefers.
Ever since that day, I got like permanently like stressed out to the point.
What? I don't even want to smoke with anyone.
Ever
Are you
again.
sure you want to hit this, buddy?
Right, right. I'm like, fuck, dude.
That must have been some powerful reefer.
I know, like, because we all took one hit and we're pretty high and, like, if not high, on the verge of death. That's what the name of the strand should be. On the verge of death.
Nah, it should be called Kenny OG.
Kenny
Smoking on
Kenny R.I.P.
This is the shit that killed Kenny.
This is the shit that killed Kenny. God damn it.
Oh man.
This is the reefer that killed Kenny.
Oh my god.
Good times though.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, looking back, good time.
Looking back, dude.
Like I said earlier, every time it like rains or it's a day like
Yeah.
this, I'm just reminded.
Just look off.
like,
It was kind of like a day like today.
yeah, it was a day like today.
right.
Legend has it.
Fucking crazy.
Well, that's Mac and Don's story time.
Ah.
That was a
Good segment.
that was a good fucking segment. That was
Fucking-
a good 20 minutes on that one. That's a kicker.
Yeah. And we got all kinds of fucking, because it's so funny that like life tells way funnier, better stories than like anybody could come up with on their own. You know what I mean? Everybody draws from inspiration of their own lives and stuff, you know what I mean? Because that's where the fucking real like meat of it is, you know?
Right, that's why like all the funniest comedians are like older.
Even Snowfall, like the new FX special Snowfall on Hulu, like fucking the whole thing is based on a true story, so there's so much raw like actual shit that happened and accounts that they can pull.
Oh, it's based on a true story?
The CIA 100% funded the crack cocaine epidemic in America
Well, yeah, I know that, but like,
during the time. Oh, it's based on true events. That's what I'm saying.
I
He
was
hit-
like, there
Right.
was a Franklin Saint.
No, I
over
wish.
here,
I
like-
need to meet that motherfucker though. But you see what I'm saying though, where like you can create a great story off of some real shit that happened. You know what I mean? Like that shit actually happened. So they probably talked to some people, interviewed him, and was like, tell us some crazy shit. And he's like, I seen one dude get pulled into the next room. You know?
Oh my god, that's just crazy. Yeah, Kenny, what is some crazy shows that you watch, bro?
Well, I mean, I've been watching. I actually just finished watching Breaking Bad for like the 5th time.
Oh, that shit's so legendary.
I've
love
actually never
Breaking
seen
Bad.
What?
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
You haven't even seen like the first episode? The first episode's pretty lit. Damn.
'Cause, like,
I know he's a professor, and he gets cancer.
I know, but like the way they like frame the very first episode is super dope.
Like raw, kind of like you were saying about like the wire.
Yeah, kind of, but like it's how do I explain it? Like the intro like isn't like some crazy shit. Like you just see this dude in his whitey tighties. He's wearing nothing but
yeah.
underwear.
It's like a Tarantino type deal where
Yeah.
it's like they start at the end and then they're like,
Right.
all right.
So you just see this dude
He's like, this is me.
yeah, in his whitey tighties with a fucking mask, like a fucking gas mask on, and he's driving this fucking RV in the middle of the desert, and in the back are 2 dead bodies, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
And like, I don't know, just the first episode is just fucking legendary, like the way they
and
set
it's
it
like
up.
the first episode
And
like
he-
encompasses everything.
He loves Breaking Bad, and that's why I think he'll fuck with Snowfall, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
How can you not fuck with Snowfall?
And, like
Yeah.
Ozarks, that's my shit.
Ozark, yeah.
Fucking
yeah.
Ozark
I
is
keep telling people Snowfall is Ozarks and Narcos had a fucking baby. Is what I say.
Yeah. That's true, because
It's like Pineapple Express.
hell yeah, because it has like the like Hispanic cartel
Drug,
vibe.
like Narcos type deal, but it also has the like mafia, like we're also
Right.
like, you know, but it's also its own story. That's why I like it. It's its own thing.
Right.
You know, you got
When it-
Jerome, you got fucking.
They got so many good shows out there. When are they gonna do a new episode, or not a new episode, but a new season of Ozark is the real question. Because they
They've
ended
been
with
pretty
what's her
up to
name?
date, right?
Yeah, but they
They probably got delayed
It's coming
for
up.
Corona.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I bet
true.
you it's coming up.
yeah. I remember watching it like last year over the
Right, exactly.
pandemic.
It's been longer since Black Mirror.
Fucking Black Mirror.
I know, and we're getting Love, Death, Robots season 2 before fucking the new
Yeah.
season. But I fucks with Love, Death, Robots.
Yeah, that one's pretty sick.
Every episode is phenomenal.
I like that one episode about the cleaner,
The
swimming pool cleaner. Yeah.
Me too. That shit is so trippy as fuck. Like,
Right.
like I also like the idea of this guy becoming omnipotent and all-knowing, and then finding all of that so boring that he just wants to strip himself into being.
Wait. Complete subject change. How do you guys feel about robots?
Like
us building robots, like this
in
society?
real life, or just
Yeah,
like
like robots, AI, all that shit.
I'm a big fan of like robots fighting each other. Like they actually have
Robot
like
wars?
yeah, they actually have like I used to watch it at Louis all the time. It was
Yeah.
like robot wars were on all the time, and they have like little blades on them, and they like
Have you guys,
Have, like, a
you
hammer
guys
and
know
shit.
who Whitney Cummings is?
yeah.
Yeah, the comedian.
Oh, she has like a sex robot,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I don't know if it's a sex robot, but she like has a robot. But she has a robot duplicate
Of herself,
of herself.
right?
So,
Which is strange,
Like it's weird as fuck.
and it doesn't like
It
look like her.
It kind of looks like her. Like,
It's like a
from
Blade
a
Runner
distance.
type
Yeah.
thing where it's like
I just feel like that's so trippy.
yeah, like that's gonna be a serious dilemma in the future. Like
Right.
the line that we're crossing on the moral lines where are we crossing, like if
Yeah.
you kill a robot kid, you know what I mean, like you might feel bad about it, but
But
it's
robots can't have kids.
what if it was built and looked exactly like a toddler or like a baby and it walked
in
around
the child's movie Robots, where they like come as a package to the door and they have to build a little baby, and then
Oh,
every day
yeah,
they have
yeah,
to
yeah.
build a new robot.
yeah
It's almost kind of scary. Like I feel like that's like the next
Because-
evolution in like comedy.
comedy,
Yeah,
how so?
is like the scary part of it. Like having like a robot
Oh.
replica comedian. Like you know
Like-
how Jordan Peele did like Get Out and all that
Yeah.
shit, and it's like horror, but it's like kind of has like a
Oh.
funny undertone to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And like I don't know, there's like
I thought you were saying that
Yeah,
like robots were like
Stand-up,
yeah
special
like
with
a
robot.
like a robot where he's like, let me tell you a joke.
no, I'm saying like
you know,
I don't know.
but
I feel like
eventually
comedy and horror are just like bleeding together. I don't know. I feel like that's like kind of scary. Like a robot doing stand up comedy. Like that's like
right
that you could turn that premise into a comedy movie or like
a
a scary
horror,
horror movie.
yeah, because it has potential either way.
Right.
Like, but you can find comedy everywhere, to be honest.
That
Like
is true.
sadness, happiness, wherever. But as far as robots go, I feel like I said, down the line, like they're gonna be indistinguishable from us. So like, what if they have free thought? Like, what if they can make their own decisions? Who's to say that that's not just
Like us.
another fucking person?
Right, like an awesome Ex Machina shit.
Right, we're recording our memories. We're doing the same shit. They just have like upgraded equipment. And I feel like down the line, we're
Right.
gonna be like Cyborg.
Yeah, a brain is just a computer.
Right.
Fucking high powered computer.
And like, I feel like one day we're all gonna be like Cyborg from the Justice
Justice
League.
League?
Yeah.
I mean, we already are. That's what fucking.
I mean, some people have missing limbs and they get it replaced, but like one day,
No,
like,
but like you have an Apple Watch.
yeah,
You have
yeah,
an
but like,
Apple Watch.
like the neural network Elon Musk is
Like
coming up in
cyberpunk?
with.
I know, but what I'm saying is we're already at the beginning stages.
Yeah. But I'm saying in the
You don't-
future,
do you
it's
go
gonna be
anywhere
so
with your phone?
controversial. Yeah, exactly.
It's basically a part of you. At this
Yeah,
point.
it's a watch. It's a video thing. It's a
Right.
weather thing. It's
exactly.
like everything you could ever need in one gadget.
Right. It's like you know on fucking Spy Kids where they had those watches.
Watches
and
exactly,
it just like
exactly.
went up with, like,
Everything
Yeah.
but time.
Exactly. So that's basically what your phone is. But
Right.
it tells time.
Right, exactly. And we are living in an advanced age of technology, like the most advanced. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's only going to be like a. At first, it was like slightly, but then internet and everything, we're becoming more and more connected, and more people working together all over the world, like putting answers in forums and asking questions,
Right,
helps
right.
us connect, and it makes
Yeah,
our
it's just
society.
booming exponentially. 'Cause,
So
like,
it's going to be like the exponential growth is just going to be crazy with technology. It's
right.
obvious.
So do you think it'll end up being good or bad for like the human race? Like, do
Well,
you
it
think,
depends.
Do you think we'll end up becoming like obsolete to robots, or do you think?
Like, you think robots are gonna take over the world?
I think they're gonna take over us. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think everything we do is gonna be like a chip in yourself, and then you'll get like your bones replaced with titanium, and then we'll be like immortal
Cyberpunk.
being. But
Yeah.
like that's you know how like there's a stage of evolution where like it's like what's the next step, and the next step is like a gaseous, all-knowing state. You know what I mean? Like that Rick and Morty dude who like
Yeah.
that's like what a lot of people consider the next stage. But why wouldn't the next stage of evolution be us taking pieces of the earth? Because we're made from like we're an organism from the earth. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like metal comes from the earth, so we're just using it to like replace our parts, essentially. So I feel like the line will
It's
cross.
all matter.
Right. So like exactly, and we'll be immortal, and you won't have any everybody won't have any emotions, and like none of that stuff will matter. in the grand, because it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Well, do you
like
think
when you get
robots have
upset over something
emotions?
stupid, you know what I mean? What?
Do you think robots will grow to have emotions?
Well, I think that we will become those robots with emotions. We are. My heart, my heart and my brain will go into a tank that moves around,
but then-
and that has emotions
but
and
then
feelings.
it becomes to a point where, like, I think the parts will almost become sentient. They'll be like, why do we need
Humans,
Right.
right? And that is hypothetically
especially
before,
since we have we kind of have both. We have like parts we can put add on to like kind of like that, but
Yeah,
then we also
and then
have
robots.
like the sex robots
Right,
or
yeah.
like these like fucking standard
dogs
robots
or
and
like
shit.
have you seen like the Boston Dynamics robot
Right.
community? They have like shit
Oh,
that
yeah,
can like
yeah.
climb up steps and
I've
like
seen a robot
like
do
shit
a
like that.
backflip off
Right.
of-
Yeah.
So
I
it
can't
just
even do a
becomes to a
backflip.
point like, how do you define like sentience? Like, at what point do you
Right.
become?
Where's the moral line? You know?
Yeah, because like like you can say that our brains are like programmed, kind of like
Electrical. It's just electrodes shooting through
right,
your brain.
like your brain works a certain way. That's just the same way like me
Computer.
programming a computer to work
Right.
a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
just
at
simpler.
so at what point is my programming like sentience, and at what point would like a robot's programming?
Right. And
become
like
that.
robots would be smarter. You know, they could do math like that.
They,
or, like,
right. They don't. They
Google
just
search or
right. They just don't have our limitations. They don't have to sleep.
Exactly.
They don't have to eat.
It's the limitations that separate them from our feeling of that stuff. We literally they won't need us, like you're saying. Literally, like they might either A, go off and do their own thing, or B, take over.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's either gonna be a Terminator situation, or they're gonna go like leave this planet and be like, I can't deal with these fucking retards anymore. And you know,
Yeah, but
like
I'm-
literally, I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
like
I'm leaning towards it being them like kind of taking over because I don't know. That's what we would do. We feel like we
oh,
have
if it was like Matrix.
right,
You know how like they're all batteries. It's like
right.
you know they took over, so I guess. But I feel like eventually, if they did take over, there would be a human like rebellion that would eventually potentially take over, and then humans would be all around again, and then they would create technology, which would take over. You know what I mean?
Restart and go in a cycle.
History repeats itself
Right.
because people are dumb and like
But at the same time, like technology just doesn't have to be like just in robots. It could be like on some shit like in Black Mirror where it's like they have access to like some shit they shouldn't, like your memories and your thoughts and things like that.
I love that
Or-
episode.
right.
where
That's
you
like
can, like rewind and see your memories.
yeah.
that one wrenches my heart.
But there's a couple
Yeah,
different
that one
episodes
wrenches my
like that.
heart.
You,
Well,
like
what
how
about
they
that one-
compound on it, like how they see
Yeah,
how the
yeah, yeah,
technology evolves.
Exactly. Like, what
'Cause
about
there's-
that prisoner one where like they have that girl in the egg,
Right.
and he's like, it's gonna be 12 months
Oh,
for you, and
fuck.
she has to. That's fucked up.
But then they have the one, that one episode where the dude's wife is cheating on him, and like
that's like the first episode. I think.
yeah, that's like in the first or second season, and then
Pretty
you
sure
have
it's like the
and
first
then you have that episode that you're talking about, and then you have like one of my favorite episodes, which is the crocodile episode where they kill that
Insurance?
biker.
The
Yeah, the insurance lady. It's like it's like an evolution of that.
That episode
But
is
at that-
fucking crazy.
Right, but at that point, they almost didn't have a choice to. Once they put it on, like
Right.
they just saw
Like, she
whatever.
was even trying to like muddle it up because it is your memory is relative to like that
Right.
guy got the color wrong of the thing. Like you'll make yourself believe shit that isn't even true.
Exactly.
But not to the whole picture. It'll be tiny things you
Like
can't remember.
details, yeah.
But you can't get rid of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the crazy thing about like permeating memories. You know what I mean? It's like memories get more and more permanent, and it's like nobody wants to be recorded all the time. You know what I mean? Nobody wants.
Right.
Everybody does shit they don't want to like
And then like
bring up ever again. You know?
like the idea of like preserving consciousnesses, like
Exactly. Immortality.
because like just in that like that one episode where the dude's wife gets stuck in his head.
Yeah, or like, and then he puts her in the
In a
bear.
bear?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fucked up. Or even that one girl whose husband dies, and they use his social media profile to build a character
yeah.
off of him.
But then like one of the very last episodes, you remember they had the what am I trying to think of? No, San Junipero, where it's those two lesbians and they're super old.
And like
That's
the whole
like-
idea of the afterlife.
Right. So that's like but they like took their consciousnesses and like put them. That's like an evolution of that technology, like throughout the whole series. Shit is crazy.
True.
But yeah, that would.
That shit would be crazy. If
Like,
you
the
could like
time-
save your
the ti-
consciousness.
The time dilation is what gets me though. Like, you know how like when you go to sleep, it's like that. Like
Yeah.
you go to sleep and you wake up, and the time dilation is like 8 hours, and you don't even feel it. Like, I wish we were able to do that in real life, where we could just like control time to make it like longer or shorter, depending.
Right,
But
right.
anyway, like as far as time dilation goes, like it's such a like crazy thing to me that time is something we made up only because it like exists a certain way about on the earth. Like time, we're only able to view time one way. You know what I mean? So like there's time is just like this abstract kind of like
Well, because the Earth is constantly moving, so we just came up with a system to
of like the rate of movement
Yeah.
to like deterioration, basically. Like
Oh shit.
of
That's
our-
crazy.
Right, and so it's like if we were immortal and like the things we could do with the years and the things you would forget, you know, and like the grand scheme of things, like one thing would eventually matter. I feel like in the like the universe, you know.
So okay, here's a question: what if everybody had the ability to live for however long they wanted?
Do you
But
think?
how long do you think people would live? And if there was a system to where you wanted to die, you could choose to be put down.
Right,
What
like
the
you could just
morality
stop
of
your
that
own
would be.
life. Like
Yeah.
at any moment, you could
Yeah.
just choose. And people live like to 500 years. People live to 1,000,
Yeah.
and some people live to.
Yeah, I
20
feel like that's a tricky question. I
Yeah.
feel like people would it would be a mixed bag. It would just depend
Right.
on who you are.
Like if you
I-
had a
'cause
good
I know I-
life, if you got a good car,
But
though.
but at the same time, I wouldn't want to like put I wouldn't want to be like I wouldn't want to like put a date on it. You know what I'm saying? Because the point of
Right.
like
You would
I
just
wouldn't
feel
want to
it,
be
maybe.
I wouldn't want to be like all right I'm
Today's
500
50.
right.
more
I just want to
days.
Right.
die because I die. You know?
Yeah. So
I just
like,
want to be living my life
so
and then boom I die.
you could see, like, if you looked at like everybody's like statistic,
Right.
You could see like how much fun they were having, or like how much of a
Yeah,
good time.
that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the fun of it comes in you just being like not knowing almost.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
not knowing, like knowing at any point, like I could die, like I could have a heart attack right now.
But with his question, you also know at any point you could die, because you could just stop it at any point if you.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know. I feel like at that point you just have too much control over it.
Right.
And I think like the question is like you
Like,
can
I
still die
can't-
from circumstantial,
Yeah.
like accidents.
Okay.
Like you can get hit by
But
a
then
bus.
just I don't know, just the fact that I could live forever.
Yeah.
I would just put everything off. I'd just be like, I'll do it eventually.
Right, and then never.
I'll just never do anything.
Yeah. Unless I was like super abled, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if I could like, I don't know, lift things or, you know what I
That
mean?
would be
It would
crazy.
just be a little bit of a better help if I had like one superpower. Like
Speaking of
if I had
superpowers-
telekinesis to like lift shit. And
Speaking of superpowers, I've been watching Invincible.
yeah,
Have you watched that on?
I need to. I've been
Amazon.
really good.
Ooh, have you guys watched The Boys?
Yes.
That shit's fire.
Dude, that shit is that first episode.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
the first 10 minutes, bro. The first
It
10
goes from
minutes.
0 to 100.
Zero.
real
I
quick.
showed Kenneth, I think,
Yeah, and it was
in the living room. Oh my god! I was like, bro, let's watch this show. I think we were just like hanging out or whatever,
Right.
and then like we were just hanging out, like talking or whatever, and then I was just like we were both watching, and that scene where he's like, "Don't besmirch Bon Jovi," and
Oh
she's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
she steps into the street.
yeah. Yeah, right when. Yeah.
Fuck Homelander. Though. Fuck
Fuck
that guy.
Homelander.
Yeah.
Fuck fucking Blue Dude. What's his name? Speederton.
Speed McGee. I don't know.
Speedy McGee.
I don't know.
What's his name?
How,
Fucking.
how do you guys feel about aliens?
It trips me out that the government said they're real.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
But in my head, it makes sense because we live in the third dimension. So like, there's probably things that whiz in and out of our
live
perception.
in the third dimension. What does that mean?
So
There's
there's
second dimension. That would be. Is there a second dimension?
yeah. So 2D would be like flat, right? Like
So you're telling me there's a dimension where everything's flat?
essentially, and we just only can perceive our dimension, right? So just the fact that like those other ones exist below us, we know that other dimensions exist above us. It's like, I'm not going off a topic, but it's like shrimp, right? Shrimp have millions of receptors in their eyes to see colors that don't even know exist, right?
Okay. Now I
Right.
get what you're saying.
So
It's
who's-
like when you take DMT and you can see the geometric patterns and shit.
yeah, I just watched this movie last night about how like you remember my trip was like about a stampede in front of me.
Yeah.
This dude took this drug and went back in time in the spot he was at in this movie, and I was like, what if I just went back in time to the spot that I was in?
Oh shit!
You
You're
know,
like a
it's
caveman
and
or
like
some
Chance,
shit.
Chance saw like those faces. Like, what if he shot like into the future or shot so far back into time or something? You know what I mean?
Dog, I fucking shot into fucking my own consciousness.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you saw like rooms and like
Yeah, it's like
walls.
imagine your mind turned into a house.
Yeah. Like
And it was almost like, you know, on Donkey Kong and shit, like the old ones where it was like you got to go up the ladder and then you got to jump over the rolling thing.
Yeah.
It was like that almost. Shit was crazy.
Maybe you were in the second dimension.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, so that's what I mean about aliens. I think what we call aliens are just like our eyes are just like caveman eyes. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have any special type of eyes unless we had computer implanted eyes. You know what I mean? That would help us see into ultraviolet, red violet, like different dimensions, quote unquote. Like, who's to say things are like there isn't like an international highway of aliens just walking right among us? Like a society of people walking around us, we just don't know because, like, we can't perceive it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're just cavemen, essentially, on the timeline of things. Like, we're not really anything special. We're just like,
Who was it that just asked you if an alien came to Earth and hey, chill out with me for like an hour or something like that? Who was that? That was like just the other day.
yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but would you take
Would
a
you
ride?
take a ride
with an
to the
alien?
Yeah,
Tony,
I almost
Tony is-
I almost want to get abducted by an alien.
right? I've always wanted to go to the end of the universe with a
Like,
fucking alien.
I forget the name of this couple, but I don't know. But Joe Rogan was talking about it, and I guess like they got abducted by aliens, and they like almost remember the experience. And when they came back, like the wife had like some shit on her, like some like weird goop or whatever, and like a rip in her dress.
It's probably some
and-
nut.
or what or something, but she was like she described like the communication and how they talked and like
And it was like accurate, right?
yeah,
It was like weirdly like accurate, consistent with other stories
Right.
that have been told.
right. So,
Was
I
that
don't
with
know.
Dan Aykroyd?
Maybe
I think
Yes.
they talked for hours about aliens because
I
of the
think it
crystal
was
skull.
with Dan Aykroyd, the
Yeah.
dude with the skull vodka.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Because they were talking about the crystal skull or whatever, Indiana Jones and aliens and stuff.
But fucking, there's this podcast called Red Web. Red Web on it's Rooster Teeth, and they just go over a bunch of different like conspiracy theories, and they like cover like. It's not sponsored anyway, but they just cover
We're
like all
sponsored by
these, like-
marijuana.
but
Please.
they just go over a whole bunch of different stuff. They talked about these like abductions in like this small town, and how everybody in the town saw like this light, and this guy got abducted or something.
Kenneth and I have seen an alien.
Yeah, we just
Check the camera.
Remember that?
yeah, Palmer, not Red Rocks.
Wait, Red Rocks?
Yeah.
Not that Red Rocks. Different Red Rocks. Down off of US 24, before Manitou. It's like that open space over there.
Yeah, we were walking back because I think we just went on a hike or something.
Yeah, for some reason, I think maybe we got high or something. I don't remember. We were like climbing rocks, like
Yeah, we
late
took a
at
picture
night.
on top of the mountain.
Yeah, it was cool. We like climbed to the top of this mountain, but we were walking back, and it was so weird because I saw this like right above us, behind us was like a green light, like a little orb of a green light, and it was like moving across, and there was no like whizzing, like no drone or nothing, but it was like moving across, and I thought it was in the distance, but it was like
It was probably like 100.
it was like 100 feet up in the air. Like I was like, Kenneth, do you see that? And he was like, yeah, it's like right there. And I was like, it is right there. And it was like 100 feet up in the air, right? And so I was like, that's an alien, bro. Like fucking with him. And he was like, no,
was like,
that's
"No,
not
it's
an
just a
alien.
drone or
Right,
something."
right.
And
I
then
was,
another one comes out of nowhere.
and I was like, I was like, but I don't hear any whizzing. Like I don't hear the fans. And he was like, huh, you know?
yeah.
The green light like goes from being 100 feet in the air to like moving across the distance.
like kind of at a good pace, but it just got
but
there
like
so fast.
just like 100 feet above us, but moving, like we could see out to where it was going, and it was just so bright. And then there was another light that was like a different color.
It was orange.
Yeah, that was doing like the same thing. And I was just like, what if it was like Chicken Little, where like they have like this camouflage like deal?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just a light
And it
or
was like,
something.
it literally like freaked me out. Like it was like it's so hard to explain, but it was almost like something that was like moving above us.
Yeah, and it couldn't have been drones because I was like, it was
It
way
was-
out in the distance. There's no way there was a
It was like
receiver or anything.
I felt like I could take a rock and throw it, like if I threw it with all of my might, like into the air.
You guys don't think it was drones though? Because I've
No.
thought a drone
Yeah.
was a fucking UFO too.
Yeah, I just didn't hear any like, and it was moving so fast, like
Right.
but like at a weird pace, not like at a. It was like no sound, just like gliding across the fucking.
That's what they always
sky.
say though. Like it looks all smooth and shit.
Yeah, like it was seamless, like
That's kinda
no
crazy.
stopping, no nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like,
it's probably the only time I've ever seen something like that.
yeah, me too. Like anything legit.
I think people say this like they're just like looking at it, like
Observing.
studying us almost, like
I have
as
a
if you
theory.
like as if you found a new species or something.
I have this like weird theory about like perfection. So like we live in an imperfect world obviously, and the way we know that is, you know how you see a pattern or something, or like some tiles laid up and then one tile is like out of place and then there's like a bunch of tiles, and it's like that is like hurts your brain kind of. It's like I wish like everything was kind of lined up nicely.
Right.
And like we kind of strive for perfection essentially. I think that, say if you were God and you were perfect, right? Perfect in every way, like how they paint God out to be, like he's omnipotent, all-knowing, all-loving, like whatever, right? And you lived in a perfect world, like heaven, right? I think that you would enjoy like things being out of place, and so much so that like what if God split himself up into human beings and made himself like give himself amnesia, so that way he could forget what like everything being perfect is like, you know what I mean? Because it's boring, everything being handed to you, or you know what I mean? So like what if he split himself into Adam and Eve, and that's what's like in the Bible called made in the image of God, you know? So what if like we are all God, we just forgot our abilities and our powers to be able to humble ourselves in a way?
Bro, you must have been on some high shit.
What'd you put in that bun, man?
Oh God!
What'd you put in that
That's
shit?
some of the craziest shit I've ever heard.
But like what do you think? Like that's pretty like feasible, I guess. Like I just been pondering
That's
on
pretty
that for
out
like
there.
a long time. But if reincarnation is true, then maybe we're just building up enough experience to be able to become God again. And then get this, aliens are just other gods, like other perfect beings. You know what I mean? They all had to go through a process
Maybe-
of living through lives to
Yeah,
like.
I kind of get what you're saying, but maybe we're like, in a different sense, maybe like we're all just like all made of the same things, basically.
Okay.
Like we're all made out of atoms and
Right.
and things like that, and we're just like all just matter.
Right.
So we're all technically just part of the universe, which is God,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
So we're all made out of this, like me and you and like this wood and whatever we're sitting on, like literally everything in the universe is all made out of the same things.
Yeah, just like straight up like
Right.
lined up like yeah,
So we,
like micro universes.
so you gotta assume that, like, you get what I'm getting at?
Of course, yeah. Like
So it's kind of the same idea
right, like
that like we're
at
all
one
God.
point, yeah. I just think at one point we were all like together,
Right.
like
Just in this hodgepodge of
consciousness and
yeah.
like gash, like it's hard to put into words exactly, but I feel like we had better abilities than we do now. We have so many restrictions, and like on our bodies, like it's
Right.
so taxing to like do regular work and stuff like that.
But like almost not on our minds though, because you could
Exactly.
imagine anything.
And you
Like
know
someone
why
just
that is?
imagined this wood wanted to be like this, and it was just like, let's just do it.
I'm gonna
Right.
make that.
And you know why that is because like in a millimeter of your brain, there are more like electrodes and connections in there than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. There are more, literally more connections in this much of your brain. This much of your brain. So it's like, it's just crazy to think about. Like,
Crazy as fuck.
yeah, because it's like, if there are so many connections firing off at like, lightning all the time, it's just crazy to like think that we are able to do that, but it's also just very restricting.
Right.
We're very limited with the things we can do unless
You know, whenever I like take shrooms or something, I always just like think I'm a caveman sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I always just like go back to like caveman times, and I just think like, how did we get all the way here?
I feel like that's what happened to Tony when he took acid. My mom's calling me.
What's up, Mom? You're live on the Mac and Don show. What do you have to say?
Hey, Mom. You're live on the Mac and Don show. What do you have to say about that?
Oh my gosh, my dream come true.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it with
Live for this.
special guest Kenneth Chavez as well.
We out here.
So I love this. There, I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah.
I have no idea what
His blonde hair, she didn't even recognize you.
Oh, really?
I did
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. That's Ken.
What? I'm a totally different person now.
Alright, well, I'll let you go then.
Alrighty.
Can't wait to see your show.
Can't wait to see you soon.
Bye.
Love you too, bye.
Special guest appearance.
That's
by
pretty
Donald's mom.
Featuring my mom calling me on my birthday.
Happy birthday, Don.
Appreciate that, Mac.
Old man Don.
Yeah, old man. Skylar been calling me that already.
You're gonna be sitting on your porch like in the banjo.
With my shotgun and the banjo. Get out my lawn.
I can see that happening.
Get out my lawn. I do have a banjo and a shotgun, so
Just missing the rocking chair.
just missing the rocking chair, but we do have one in the baby's room.
That's honestly
Might have to
pretty
come.
funny.
So right.
But yeah, speaking of your birthday, bro, your party's coming up this weekend.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad you're not gonna be there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, but I'm glad we got to hang out today though.
Oh fuck yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Record a pod because it's just like nice to do it after such a long time. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's lit.
Hopefully we'll be able to edit this and get like a nice episode out of it.
Hell yeah.
You know, we haven't seen each other since like fucking
I
4
know.
years ago.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and it's fun to tell stories like real shit. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But this Saturday, I have a lot of ideas, but definitely doing cornhole, grilling, hanging out on my pad back here. Got some new lights installed. Got a big ass speaker. Shout out to my girlfriend Skylar. I love you so much. You're the best.
Shout
What
out.
else? Shout out.
It's gonna be a good time. Lots of alcohol.
Lots of alcohol. It's my 21st. If anybody didn't
Yeah, you gotta go out.
No man.
I made my first Blue Moon purchase today.
There you go.
It's not a real 21st birthday unless someone passes out in the bathroom.
And it won't be Kenny.
It won't be me this year.
I wonder if I should do something tonight after dinner.
Good.
Yeah.
It's all on you, bro. It's your birthday. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. I might see if the guys wanted to link up or whatever.
Oh yeah, dog.
So we can get fucked. I kind of really wanted to drink tonight. If I did anything, you know.
I mean, we're gonna be ordering you drinks. That's
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
get us some drinks at Carrabba's.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's kind of nice to like. It's a little bit freeing. Like I didn't think it was gonna be like feel that different, like buying alcohol, but like. The lady said happy birthday to me at the register, and then I was just like walking down with my beer in my hand.
Yeah, I'm mad the first time I went to go buy alcohol after I turned 20, and they didn't even ID me.
Yeah,
Same thing happened to Kenny. That's why I went to Walmart. I was like, they'll definitely ID me there.
I was like hyping myself up. I walked in. I had my like fucking wallet in my pocket with the ID poking out, and then I went up to the register, and they're just like, "All right, cool. Your total's 24, whatever." And I'm like,
That's
"Are you
hilarious.
sure you don't want to check this?" I'm like,
It's fucked up.
"It's alright."
They
It burned you.
All right, fellas, you want to wrap it up?
Probably having a bad day.
Well, all right, Mad friends. It's been another episode of the Mac and Don Show.
I'd say it was a pretty good talk.
Yeah.
Shout out to our boy Kenny for coming through with us.
Yeah.
It was
And
good times.
thanks
Good
for tuning in with
times.
us, Mad Friends.
Hell yeah. When can they expect us next, Don?
We'll try to get back on it. This is like the beginning of us being consistent again. You probably see more Kenny in the future.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Well, make sure y'all subscribe if you're watching.
Please subscribe. Please like. Feel free to comment.
All that jazz.
You know to follow us. You know where to go.
Mac and Don Show.
It's your boy Don and your boy Mac. Real Kung Fu Kenny.
Real Kung Fu Kenny on Instagram. Follow me.
Hell yeah. Hell
Plug.
yeah. Well, it's been another one, Mad Friends. We'll catch you next time and keep it cool.
Keep it cool, friends.